1 month old in God, 2 months old as a woman, 10 months old as a woman, does not make a difference. It's good that people start correcting the imbalances of your inheritance and quite on time. That will help us, give us hope that the government is promising. Not only promising, it's also effective what it says. It's what the government has been for 10 years. It's going to do something. There have been discussions and there have been discussions. There have been letters and communications. So before I go to this point, I would tell you that a lot of things are taking place. So this maybe is a warning strike. Okay. But one strike I tell you will be very strong. I just pray about it.
So the warning strike elapses, and then we expect a full strike if all of the arrears are not paid. If the government decides to look into the situation and perhaps part of the arrears is paid, would that be enough to assuage SSANU and other unions to say, okay, let's suspend this action?
Well, once you pay your debt, you get freed from burdens. A debtor is a prisoner. So, paying us part of it, take him or her or whatever, no problem. Because once we eat that one, we still come back for the other. So, are you even paying us the part that the money is not there? Or you just want to suffer people? No. Nobody the part we take, we still proceed at the strike.
I mean, because this is a similar situation with ASU, where even now ASU still hasn't had its demands met, and when ASU had stayed for that strike, the last one it went on for this long, we understand how Nigerians would come out and say, "Oh, this should be suspended. Consider the students, the system, and so on and so forth." In fact, there were conversations about the VCs of schools should look and see how they can get ASU to come back to work, and etc. etc. So in this situation now, many look at it and say, shouldn't the same questions be asked? Shouldn't the senior workers begin to look at, okay, let us also look at an alternative approach or help? Or is this particular case different from what ASU also experienced and is experiencing?
When you compare us with ASU, we're not comparing ourselves anyway. The 4 months strike, the 4 months we were asking for, is not it's not 8 months, not 1 year. But you say, tell them something, then ask them to come back. If it's more than 4 months, for instance, and the very is 12 months, give them half of it. Fine. You can look at it and then enter into understanding. The environment that will be met. After that we met. But in this case, it's 4 months only. And the government won't tell us that there's no money for that. Unless they want us to continue disturbing. I was going to disturb.
So for you, the 4 months should be easier to pay compared to the situation with ASU. But who are members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities?
You need to come for registrar. The number one person. Hearing me?
Yes.
Registrar is the number one person like the boss of that, from that top echelon down to grade 6, that's to level 6. That's members of Senior Association. Then from 5 to 1 is the NASI.
All right. So hold that thought. Let's take a commercial. We'll continue after that.
Welcome to this electrifying race with DSTV Step Up promo.
Bernard Eze with us on the show this morning. We were aware that 1 week warning strike is to be embarked upon by SSANU, and the whole idea is for the arrears in the 2022 arrears to be paid 4 months arrears. And if you had followed that, you would also have heard the national president say, not just, bosses, rectors, VCs all being owed, and that payment should be made. Well, my guest has also given a certain perspective to the conversation and said they're going to shut down everything if the government doesn't look into the matter. Well, before the break, I'd asked him to educate us on those who form the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities. Would go back to my guest to continue with that line of thought. But before then, remember on Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there and tell us what you think. Should SSANU and its affiliate unions consider the students? We had a matric. Was it yesterday? Should they consider the students and perhaps plan an alternative way to resolve this dispute? What do you think? Let us know. This has always been the bone of contention when ASU goes on strike as well. The students, parents, and all those people. And now for SSANU and non-academic staff, if that happens, you know what it means for hostels, for power, a lot of things would just be grounded completely. And so what would be the fate of those who are supposed to be in school now? Well, let us know what your thoughts are at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. I go over to my guest now, Mr. Bernard. Thank you for staying on the line for us. So you were trying to educate us on who and who forms the SSANU. So can you conclude with that?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I said SSANU, so we make up SSANU, that is from the register as in by one person, and to level 6 in our system. They are the group that from SSANU. And from 5 to 1, that is NASU. And these people are quite indispensable because there's no group, no type of function that they don't perform. That is why they shouldn't be taken for life. They should be handled seriously. Every step, every comment, every collector will be followed with action. It starts now. Today, I started addressing my Congress. By 12 this afternoon, I started addressing my Congress and keep that prepared. And so we'll be waiting to get from government a quick response before the 18th of this month. Thank you.
All right, let's open the phone lines. I think we heard quite a lot from my guest, but let's hear from you now. 08179230002. 08179230003. 08179230007. Now those are the numbers that you can call. Also remember that you can get to us on WhatsApp at 0809 0306416. That is the WhatsApp number. 0809030616. We all have relatives, children, friends who are in university. Some of them just got in there. Some of them have been there. And some people have even left. You are coming back to do certain paperwork to get certificates, to get your some people who have extra years, carryovers. You're trying to clarify all of these. The strike will definitely affect all of those. If this continues, if it holds as intended, it means all of these things will be grounded. People who are preparing to go for NYSC, it's a lot of things that would be affected. So let's know what you think about the situation, and perhaps whether or not alternative ways of handling it should be suggested. As for the chairman, you have heard him. they are planning to go full out if the government doesn't respond and pay its arrears. 4 months arrears, according to him, 4 months is small and it's not something that should be allowed to linger. So what's your thoughts about it? Call us up on 08179230002 or 08179230003. You can also call 0817-923-0007. We'll take some messages on Facebook while we wait on the calls. Lawrence Friday says, good morning to you and your guests. I think they should really consider the students and withdraw the planned strike, because the students that are going to suffer, they can continue talking to the appropriate authorities, and I believe they would listen to them. Alexandra says Nigerian schools still they strike by this time. No wonder Nigerian students go to Canada to study just to get away from the issues in this country. More messages. This one from Dr. Mrs. Uma Olebara from Owerri says, strike is the only language this government understands. Let government desist from toying with education and destinies of our children. Let them pay before Monday, else the strike will continue. Okay, Dr. Olebara, we heard that one. This person says, Namdi, they should consider the interests of the students. They should consider the interest of the students. Well, Chairman, for the messages you heard, it's largely saying, well, the students should be considered before actions are taken. I'm sure members of SSANU also have their children in schools. So, are the students not talking to SSANU? Do you have these conversations with the students to say, well, this is what it is? Perhaps the student bodies, have they been involved with conversations with SSANU with regards to this planned strike? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go on.
We are parents of the students. They have been in school because we are doing something to feed them and to train them. What do we do? We work in the university and we are paid. So what we get, we used to pay their fees and everything there. So once we are denied salaries and allowances, do not consider that? Because if you also fall back to them, so that's the problem. The students are aware. They know what they're talking about. And then it is also their interest, but they call government. Government should quickly act. Let them put their mouth and call government. If they promise people and not to hear promises. It is bad in this country. As I said, nobody wants to locate the system. Complete a program at a given time is the best. But when we begin to do things that will delay the pupils or the students from not leaving the school, we also give hard luck and good job to the parents. Let the students who are there, they're hearing me and they're hearing us and they are aware of what is going to happen now. Let them also go and talk with government. Let them have students join the union to get back to their life. Because once that happens, as I said earlier, they will not like for them. They will not want that. These are things we will play. Because talking about the documentation will not take place. That's our work. So nobody wants that to happen.
Well,
it can only be averted once the right things are done and done quickly.
I think it's well said. The point raised where you said, if the workers are not paid the salaries, how can they pay their children's school fees who are also in the same school? How can they sort out the needs of their children who are also in the same school? So it's a dilemma now. Let's go over to Uniport. Justice is calling from Uniport, and we also have Good Luck from Andoni. All right, we lost the call from Justice. Justice, please, if you can do well to call us back. Good Luck is in Andoni. Good morning, Good Luck.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
To me, I think it is good they consider the student, but the question here is, should the workers be going to work on an empty stomach? Someone has worked for 4 months, good 4 months, you've not paid the person. Considering the harsh economy we are facing, with hunger every year, you hardly save. Now we are just struggling to feed. Nobody is talking about saving again. Now, for the money someone will use in feeding his family and catching for other necessary needs is not there. How do you expect the person to cope with this present economic situation? So I let them go on that side. That is the only language this our government understands. Imagine what is happening. Senators keep on looting on passing our budget. We say is it 500 million every quarter of the year. But common civil servants cannot be paid in this country. Not as if there is no money. What do you expect them to do? Should they go and steal? Let them go with this strike, because the students will always be there. What if these people die of hunger? So I support their strike. They should go on.
Okay, George from Buguma. Good morning. George, good morning. Hello, George. Can you hear us? Okay, I think George cannot hear us. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002 or 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007. Perhaps if you're having issues with the service providers, I think it's a bit difficult getting through. Whatever network issues it is, you can also get to us on WhatsApp and on Facebook. On WhatsApp, 0809-030-6416. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. This one says, why dividing the workers of same agency to government to federal and states? Government paid a part of the workers in the same place and left others. Chairman, is that the case? Did the government pay some and did not pay some?
But
have some people were some people paid and some people not paid?
In our own category, we have not been paid. The non-civil staff have not been paid.
Which categories have been paid?
The academic staff that are paid. It's the academic staff that are paid.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
George, okay, let's start with Justice from Uniport. We'll come back to George. Justice, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, welcome, Justice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say that for workers in the university, first, they are poorly paid, and strike appears to be the last resort. Imagine a situation where all university-based unions went on strike, and the government is adopting a divide and rule method. The university, the government chooses who to pay and who not to pay, and expect the other category of staff to continue to come to work. We do not enjoy embarking on strike action, but these university workers depend on their salaries for transport. Like our chairman had rightly said, most of our children are in the university. And the university had put up a memo to say that payment of fees will soon end. So where do you expect us to get this money from? And a warning strike is a strong signal and a message to the government. SSANU is made up of professionals, doctors, lawyers, administrators, engineers. These are no push away. So the government must take us seriously and take into cognizance our contributions to the university system. The warning strike, like our national has said, is just a warning, after which we will shut down the university totally and completely if the government fails to listen to apply and respond to our demand of them giving us our 4 month salary. We were pulled back from this strike because they said we will come back and they will pay us all that is owed. Till now, we haven't gotten anything. We're human beings. Government should listen to us. Just yesterday, we heard that all senior senators got 500 million. What is the total cost of this money to pay university workers? We are poorly remunerated. Our salaries can no longer sustain us. It's disheartening. People are leaving the university system. Government must look inward and begin to see how they can rebrand the university system.
All right, Justice.
And make it more accommodating for workers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Amurka from Ada George, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
I want to comment on the also going to the strike. So please, it will not be where that also should go to strike because you affect the students. One, it will drag the students back to the back for their session year, and also it will lead students to so many crises and other things. So I'm begging the RC or the federal government, they should look into it. They should solve the problem so as the students can be able to finish. Most of them can be able to finish their year. Please, that is what I have to comment.
All right, Amuruka, thank you. George is in Buguma. George, okay, well, that's the call from George. The numbers are still very open, so please keep those calls coming in. 0817-923-0002 or 0817-923-0003. Now, as we went on strike, we also. I'm not getting what your message is saying here. So unfortunately, then I can't take it. Good morning. Strike or no strike, federal government doesn't care. Innocent said that one. Their children are abroad. The only language our government understands is strike. How can we suffer in the midst of plenty? If we're not educated, then we have lost our voice. Ezekiel, Isaiah, that message is from you. Charles is in Bonny Island. Is calling. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, they say you cannot eat your cake and have it, right? These same lecturers and the students are the one the politicians are using to rig election. Upload the result for us. We have voted. They tumble the whole thing to favor politicians. Now the politicians are paying them back because they have cashed out during the election. They are now complaining to us again to take action. The research chairman is an electoral, is he not? Up till now, he have not announced how the Rivers State local government election is going to be. At the end of the day, you will hear that PDP have won all the local government, the councillors. And meanwhile, people are not doing the right thing. They expect to achieve a better result. We can't move forward with this until the lecturers and the students start doing the right thing in our electoral process. They will start getting it right. All this strike will stop. Thank you.
Okay. Idris from GRA. Good morning. Oh, we lost the call from Idris. Okay, he dies in Nkoro. Let's go there. Good morning.
Andre Femi, thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Talk about the ASU strike. My brother, as people are saying, they should please not go to that strike. And federal government, without this, our lecturers, our teachers, they cannot go and become president or senator. They cannot even read or write. So make this people well so that they will be able to take care of people. But then going to strike now, our students will be on the house and be in the house and stay more than 1 year in the house. I don't understand. They should please look at what is happening yesterday in Senate. People are collecting money. One particular person, when you collect that money, you will not do anything with it. Come to my constituency, nothing, no project, but they are collecting huge amount of those money. It's not good. They should please take care of teachers and lecturers, please. Thank you very much. God bless you. From Nkoro.
All right, thank you. Just to correct us, it's not ASU that's going on strike. It's SSANU, all right, and NASU, non-academic staff union worker, non-academic staff and senior staffs. Theodore is in Choba. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, you're welcome, Theodore. Go ahead.
On this strike, to be truthful with you, I have a sister who is going to UNIPORT, but I'm in support. They should go for the strike because they themselves, their parents to other children, and they need funds to take care of their own kids. I'm a real estate agent. If I am able to make a sale and my company doesn't pay me, it won't motivate me to come with more clients. So if they are not get paid, why would they come? Or let us do it this way. Let them the school, and if you know you're not getting paid, don't come to teach, and let us see how it will be. So they should go for the strike. Let the students also consider their lecturers. Thank you. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Theodore. Something that was raised as I come back to my guest, Mr. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just let us understand this, Mr. Eze. One of the callers had mentioned something. I think perhaps he's a member of the union. I think it was Justice, if I'm not mistaken. We know that now it's a compulsory pay your school fees before exams policy, and it's even difficult. Sometimes we have school fees deadlines. And we have members of SSANU and NASU who have their children in those schools where some of these policies are put up, and it's quite difficult to meet, especially now in this situation where you're even being owed and you're not getting your monies. Doesn't the union also speak with the institution to say these policies makes it difficult when you look at we are not being paid, we don't even have the money, and then you are putting school fees deadline and timelines, and our children will not write exams if we don't pay fees? Do these conversations happen?
Well, university administration must run and must do their duty. For you to be in school, that means you have agreed to pay all the charges. And if you are not paid within a given time, government, the institution will also come with a policy that will also be meted on the child or the people in school. That's why we are on strike. We are priority on this strike. We have to consider students, because of students who don't go on strike, because of this, because of that. That means the universities will not be funded. They are funded based on the fees the students pay. Once we are paid, we pay our charges for our children. But then, if we are not paid, that will mean our children may be asked out of the school. And that will be to the detriment of the parents as well. So, where do we go? So I would think you journalists should help us. We are not your own children or child of your brother or yours, but in one of these decisions. You are better off. You are well paid. You don't care, you don't understand what you are talking about. But we are the ones filling the pitch. Therefore, if we discuss government, our institution, for instance, and they tell you no, but before they came to this point of writing memo, circulated, that will tell you that discussion has taken place. And it can be averted. That's implication. And parents will hit their head down to make sure who will be happy to see his or her child at home for not being able to pay the charges. Not parents, no matter what you eat in your house. The happiness we desire or we drive there is yes, to be able to meet up those things that are obligatory as a man, as a woman in the house, for children. And one of it is this. It can be met when you don't have any hope anyway.
So in other words, if nothing is done, a full-blown strike is what we should expect.
Sure now.
All right, Mr. Eze.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Eze, we'd have to say thank you here. We're already out of time. Thank you for making our time to talk with us. We'll keep following up on this and see how it unfolds. Hopefully, it doesn't get to a full-blown strike.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much and have yourself a great day. Otong Sunday says, good morning. It's not only the university workers that are not being paid for months. Federal civil servants are equally affected. Man, it's going to go on and on with this. But we'd have to draw the curtains here. We have a commercial that will take us into the news at 9 in a matter of moments. Jude is to come in and get on with Hello Port Harcourt. Whatever it is, hopefully we don't get a full-blown strike, because you would consider what implications that would be for people who are preparing to go for the NYSC, people who have to do certain clearances, the matriculation, the new students who just, who had their matriculation just yesterday, they would have to do some physical clearances and etc., etc. So you would also consider what would mean for them. There are those that would do basic programs, certificate programs, that would have to do physical paperwork, what it would mean for them. There are those that live in the hostel, what it's also going to mean for them. I mean, the list goes on and on. So you would understand why by any means necessary, the government needs to attend to this and not allow the situation get out of hand. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Hello Port Harcourt is next with Jude, and you're going to have a swell time. I can assure you of that. Jude never fails. Even if he's not God, he never fails. Good morning. Stay with us.
You are tuned in